What's up, guys? So Steven and I are sitting here waiting for 7 o'clock because the UFC Fight Night Gaethje versus Vic is on FS2, which we don't have.
The prelims are.
The prelims are. So we're waiting, and we've been talking about some intriguing fights coming up. And one of the fights that we landed on that was kind of overlooked, in my opinion, where you haven't heard a lot about, is the Tony Ferguson against Anthony Pettis fight. And Anthony Pettis is obviously coming off, a couple wins, right?
Now he's back on his little winning streak.
He's back on his winning streak, and then obviously Tony Ferguson won the belt against Kevin Lee.
And got stripped.
Was supposed to fight Khabib, ended up tearing like his knee or something from when he tripped.
Yeah, I forget what he
From wearing sunglasses inside, which is fucking retarded.
He tripped over a cord. Yeah. Apparently that cord's been tripped over a lot, though.
Yeah.
That's what Chael Sonnen was saying. It's like notorious for people tripping over it.
So, this is a point to be made. If you're fighting and you're potentially going to make $1 million or more, don't fucking wear sunglasses inside. Like, I thought that was, I thought that was a known thing.
What's funny to me is now that he's healed up, which he miraculously healed up in like 4 months, he has like all these videos of him doing like crazy ass weird workouts of like stools bouncing on each other. And
well, he's an odd guy, and a lot of people will say that Tony Ferguson's a little cuckoo, but hey, that guy can fight. So anyways, we're here to talk about, break down, maybe give a fight pick. I think it's a really good fight. Anthony Pettis, I'm still not on board with, even though he's had a couple wins in a row. He just had such a low point. I don't know if a fight you really want to take at this point is my mind just went blank.
Ferguson, yeah.
Is Ferguson,
I don't want to point fingers or anything, but he's one of those guys that kind of fell off after USADA.
Ironically, USADA comes in and he loses a lot in a row.
So that's a little suspicious, but...
Well, and we don't know how significant Ferguson's injury was. Supposedly it wasn't anything significant, but it was like he had to have surgery.
Hopefully
to
he has enough time to recover. I don't want him to go in there and, because I love watching Ferguson fight. He's just... His weirdness follows him into the cage, and he's always doing crazy things,
I think Ferguson right now, though, is just now kind of hitting his stride. Even though he's been a stud and he's beat a lot of big-name people, I think that he's continuously getting better. He's got great jiu-jitsu. The one area that I think that he lacks in is his stand-up. He does take a lot of punishment.
He's kind of not like with the stand-up, though, but he's kind of like the Diaz is, where he'll get hit and rocked, and he'll keep coming forward and putting that pressure on you. No matter how many times you hit him in the face, you could hit him with everything, and he's gonna hit you with the kitchen sink, and he'll still come at you.
Absolutely.
But so in this fight, I kind of feel like Ferguson is a little too unorthodox for Anthony Pettis. Anthony Pettis is great. His striking, it's weird because it used to be very flashy, and it used to be like no one could stand up with Anthony Pettis, but now he's kind of got picked apart a lot on the feet. So I don't know what that's contributed to or from, But yeah, I think Ferguson, even with his not so great stand up, I think he'll get him everywhere, honestly.
Well, and he struggled with Max Holloway because Max Holloway's so long, and he can keep that distance. And Max Holloway picked him apart, which that was kind of when Anthony Pettis wasn't doing so hot. But, I think Tony Ferguson's long. He's lanky. Pettis isn't going to try to take Ferguson down because even though Ferguson is a newly promoted black belt, even though Pettis is a newly promoted black belt.
Dude, Pettis' jiu-jitsu is pretty wicked, though.
It is.
I think it's very underestimated because he's caught people with a lot of stuff on the ground.
But what I'm saying is Ferguson is too.
Yeah.
So, if you're trying to keep it in the realm of where you're going to do the best, I think it's in Pettis' best interest to keep it standing. And Ferguson's weird, dude. He's like long and lanky, and he throws this weird stuff.
When's the last time Pettis has really like teed someone up on the feet? It's been a little while.
Anyone of any significance, I think it's been a while.
I don't know what
I'm trying to remember the last time.
It's crazy to me because he used to be such a killer on the feet. And now, I don't know what happened.
Well, and, this is a good fight for the UFC because now, say Anthony Pettis does win. You have Anthony Pettis who's now won a few fights in a row. He just beat the last champion who they stripped. Now you can try to promote Anthony Pettis, or vice versa. If
I don't
Ferguson
know.
wins,
Anthony Pettis is in the Donald Trony boat to me. He's kind of like that mediator.
yeah,
Someone to fight to build their
he's
name
a
up
name.
of. Yeah.
But Ferguson doesn't need that at this point. You know,
No,
Tony
but
Ferguson,
he needs a warm up fight since he's been gone. I feel like that's the perfect fight for
Yeah.
him. You know.
That's a tough warm up fight, though. I mean,
Yeah,
we're
no, I
assuming
agree.
that Pettis
because
is back.
Pettis is a vet. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So definitely anything could happen.
So okay, so I'm gonna take Ferguson. I think Ferguson's just too much to handle. He's too big. He's too long. He's too active. He always pushes forward, and I'm still not back on that Pettis hype train yet. You know, Pettis needs to rattle off 3 or 4 big time wins before I'm like, okay, Pettis is back.
Yeah, maybe he'll surprise us.
So I think I'm gonna go with. Why do I keep losing my train of thought?
Ferguson.
I'm going to go with Tony Ferguson via decision, but I think that it's going to be an overwhelmingly one-sided, unanimous decision.
Maybe I'm insulting Pettis here, but I think Ferguson's going to get a choke, maybe second or third round. I think he's going to choke him out on the ground. I don't think the fight's going to stay on its feet. You know, even if Ferguson gets rocked, I mean, it'll probably go to the ground and Ferguson might catch something. But that's the only chance that Ferguson does have to win, I feel like, is something on the feet, one of his flashy kicks. Or
Pettis, you mean? You
Pettis,
feel like Pettis
on the feet.
So, well, you know, it's a great fight because you have 2 dudes who are more than capable of winning. You have 2 guys who are more than capable of beating anybody. We just don't know where Pettis is yet, and with Ferguson coming off that injury, we don't know where he's going to be.
It's a fun fight.
It's a very fun fight, and those guys are going to bring it because not only is Pettis trying to make his name back, Ferguson's trying to say, look, bitches, I'm the champion. I was the champion. I want my belt back. So it's a great fight. So like, comment below, let us know who you got. There's some big fights coming up this year in the UFC, and we love talking about them. So if you got any fights you want us to break down, let us know, and we'll chat with you later.
Peace.